Okay, so I am drawing this image that says "Love You God" on it. Because, and I decided to do a late night live stream because God never sleeps. So I thought, let's do this. L. Okay, so the one on here, oh, that looks pretty good. Okay. O. V. And why are you barking at the American flag? Why, hello. Let me go see who this is here. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute myself. I am so glad to see that there is people here. I kept hearing this. There was people who said that they watch at night too. Hello, Maddie. Well, hello. Thank you for chiming in tonight. Thank you for all the hearts. Okay, so I am drawing a Love You God. G-O. And I'm just making an artistic image here. God never sleeps. Okay. Oh, I like this. It looks pretty darn good. I tried to capitalize it the best that I could, but it looks sort of like an E, but it's supposed to be a G. Okay, so I'm going to draw some little leaves in here like this too. Just a few little leaves. Some happy little leaves right in here. I had a dove for another one. I might draw it tomorrow. Well, actually today is tomorrow, so later on today I might do it after I go to sleep and take a little nap here. In a little bit I'm going to take a nap, and then I'll go to sleep and then wake up again in the morning. Later on in the day, in the morning. Okay. Let me go over here. Okay, so we've got Maddie and Victoria. Hello, Victoria Pina. Why, thank you so much, Maddie. You did not mean, that's okay. You put, I love your handwriting. I get what you wrote. Next time you should do I love Jesus, a God. Okay, I will. I'll do that the next time. I love Jesus, a God. I will absolutely do that. I'll remember to do that. And I could do I love God, a Jesus too, right? Would that work, Maddie? Um, are you still here? Or? Okay. And so, well, I'm trying to kind of make it look a little bit calligraphy. Yeah. Well, your way is perfect, Maddie. I was just trying to get more than one way. You know what's that saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat. And that sounds so terrible to say it like that. Do you sell your crafts or just do this for fun? No, I don't sell anything actually. I don't sell anything at all. I've never been able to make money from selling anything. And so I just do this more or less for fun. I've never utilized a market. I've tried it in the past, but it never worked. And so I have talked about that. I have talked about the pitfalls of selling things and how, for me, how it hasn't worked. Now, for other people, that's great that they've got it to work. But for me, personally, myself, I never got it to work. I never got anything to work. So that's for me why it was kind of frustrating with people saying that, well, you can sell stuff. It's like, okay, maybe that works if you're living at a theme park. That's the thing I've concluded. If you're living at a theme park and you're selling your products at the theme park, that might work for you. But that doesn't work for everybody. So if that's the kind of thing you're talking about being an entrepreneur, that might work for you if you live at a theme park. But for the rest of us, it doesn't work. We don't have a market to attend to. We don't go around to different places like you guys do and do whatever it is that you do. The market does not work like that for the rest of us. But I can see how it does if you have a theme park that you live at and you get paid $27 an hour. So, yes. What my time here is, it's 1223, which means it's 12:23 a.m. Yes, I see your text, Maddie. Yes. It's 12:23 a.m. in the morning right now. So it's the next day for me. I think today is Saturday now. It was Friday and now it's Saturday. And so I thought, well, let's do a late night live stream and see if there is something to this. And there sure is. Your time is 11:23 as well. Oh, you're in Central Time Zone. Yes, it's still Friday. I know, that's the funny thing I always think about. This is what I think about. So for example, on New Year's, I always thought it was funny when I lived in California. It was so funny watching the fireworks and the Big Apple fall. Shh! Stop barking at the police officer on the TV. He can't hear you, so don't bark at him. You don't need to bark at the policeman on TV. And so I always thought it was funny, like on New Year's, because they'd have the ball fall, and then they did it like for each time zone. And it was such a weird thing to think about. It's like, that's really strange how the time works. And that we're in the same country, but the times are different. There's a place over I think it's in the Middle East somewhere, where they go by every 30 minutes. I can't remember exactly what country that is, but there is a country that goes by every 30 minutes. I think it's just one. I don't think there's two, but I could be wrong. And I always kind of made a joke to myself about that, and I thought, technically we could go by every 30 minutes, but that would be kind of weird for people who have to work someplace. If you did time by 30 minutes, then you'd be 30 minutes off. So if you drove, if you had to drive, I don't know how that would work. It just seems like it would be complicated. The time would be complicated having to do it that way. Did you come back again, Maddie? Yeah. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if you can let other people know if you have some friends or anybody who likes doing stuff like this and who likes looking at artwork or wanting to learn how to do it. So, I mean, you guys can do images like this too. And so what I'm doing is kind of like a Zentangling type thing and doodling. And I mean, the sky is the limit with this. As far as we can go out into outer space and think of these things, I'll tell you something. When I first started on YouTube, I sort of had I wouldn't call it a creativity block, but I, I, I was just kind of thinking, well, my gosh, what am I supposed to do for certain things, because for me, I kind of got bored doing the same thing over and over again. It does get boring. And so I kind of wanted to do some different things, but I still would have been great if I could have kept my channel monetized, but it didn't turn out to be that way, so that didn't work. We knew it didn't work. And I was told at the beginning that it wasn't going to work. I mean, there was a Google employee who literally told me that. And he said it wasn't going to work. And he told me it wasn't going to work, but it did work for me for a while. Why is it keeping on making it not okay? I'm trying to say no. What are you trying to say no to? You found the big, beautiful, the double twist border? Oh, the double twist border. That's a kind of a fun name, double twist border. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, is a double twist border, isn't it? What is saying no? Why it keeps on making it no okay? What are you trying to say no to, Maddie? Uh, oh, okay, don't read it. Oh, so I thought maybe you were trying to express that you don't want to love God or something. I don't, or oh, is it your phone? Maybe it's your phone? Okay, let me see if we've got, I was thinking that we had a few other things. Yeah, we do have, I didn't go over any of these with the ribbon. I could have, but I didn't. They're all kind of, one ribbon is on the top and the other ribbon is on the back side. So I kind of made it easy there. Let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the heart up here because there is a heart on here. We're going to put a heart right there. Like that. And I was going to see if I could do some hands, but I don't know that I have enough room. So Victoria Pina says, when I was younger, I used to do artwork. It was okay. Then I was working and did not have time to focus on creating art. So just recently I got back into art and drawing, which surprisingly improved despite the time when I was away from art and craft time. Yeah, yeah, you know, when I was young, I really wasn't very good. I didn't think I was with art. Maybe I could have been, or maybe I was better than I thought I was. I don't know. I just tried to make things too literally, I think. And when I say too literally, I just tried to make things look more realistic, I guess, than what they needed to look. And so, um, there is clouds and things in here, but a few little clouds and lines and things like that, but I don't know that I really want to put them in there. Um, I do have a little, I don't know where I would put my cross at. I don't have a place to put a cross. I'm going to put there's kind of like a little circly thing, almost like a sun that's kind of shining. I'm going to put it around the heart like this. Okay, that works. That works pretty good like that. And I don't know, maybe we could add a little bit of color. There's some tiny little leaves that we can add on here too. Just tiny, tiny little leaves. Right in here. Little tiny leaves that we put in here. Oh, I like that. Little tiny leaves. We can add as many of them as we want to. Oh, you need to go, Maddie. Okay, see you. See you on the next live stream. I can pronounce pina like pena. Oh, pena. Okay, pena is the name in Spanish. Okay, pena. Well, that's interesting. Even though there's no Y in there, there's a Y sounding. I mean, we have uh, languages like that in English too. You know, where we pronounce letters that are not there, and it just seems to always work out that like that, I guess, for no matter which language we're speaking. There you go. You said it right. Okay, Pena. Yeah. I was just watching these episodes of Cops, and it's like they are just arresting people like crazy for everything, it seems like. I talked to, what was it? I talked to well, Grok told me to talk to this number. It was some federal hotline number or something on the phone, so I did. And now I lost my train of thought. I guess it must not have been too important. Well, it was kind of annoying is what it was. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit annoying. Um because it doesn't ever give me anything, any new information. Uh, it just says the same thing over and over again, which is kind of frustrating. I like this. That's really pretty. Love you, God. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I was never good at drawing flowers, so I've been drawing abstract swirls, coloring in red for roses, small leaves around, and small circles for buds. Well, that sounds kind of like fun. Small circles for buds. So, like, would it? Well, let's see. Will my pencil? Yeah, it works on this side. I didn't know if it was too shiny. So small circles for buds. So would it be kind of like, you start out small like this, kind of making roses like this, kind of like that. Yeah, you guys thought that was funny. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Those old perverts on cops. Oh, I know what it told me. Um, it said it's recognized. It said, yeah, they're a bunch of perverts. They're a bunch of old perverts. It said that it's apologizing to me now and it's saying, yes, I know, we know that the justice system has failed you. And so that's what the chat bot is telling me now. I think it's a chat bot, and because it's telling me the same stuff, and it says, we know that the justice system has failed you. It's failed other domestic violent victims. And so that's what it's telling me now. And so I was shocked. I'm like, really? Finally? You guys are admitting this? And you have to admit this through a chat robot and tell me that you know the justice system has failed the American public, which it has. It absolutely has. I don't have a chat bot here. No, I'm not streaming anyplace else. Clorox. Oh my gosh, Clorox sounds like oh my gosh. I don't have a chat bot. No. Um I don't use Nightbot or anything. I've tried to figure out how to get a chat bot actually. I just want a chat bot that's going to watch my videos and give me millions and millions of views so I can become monetized. That's what I've been. Why are they showing condoms on the commercial? I mean, my gosh, you would think that we're adults finally. Are we adults now that we can look at condoms on TV? No. Text 69069 for Venus if you want a condom to stick in your wallet. Um, I might text the number just to see what kind of stuff they talk about. um, yeah, what was the other one I was gonna? Oh, yeah, the rose I was gonna make was, I think it was like this, and then it was kind of like, yeah, like this. And then I think we could do it like that. And then kind of make it roughly like that. That's what I was kind of thinking. Is that, I don't know, could that be a center of a rose maybe? I don't know. Let's see here. could work. I could have, yeah, broken it up like that. Um, you think so? Thank you. Well, we could put a little stem down here too. Go like this. Little rosebud. Let's see. Let's go this Clorox. Why do I think that Clorox is who I think it is? I mean, Clorox is, yeah, 69069. Yeah. It was a commercial for condoms, and this guy, he had wishful thinking on his part. He had to have had like 30 condoms, and he took one and he sticks it in his wallet. Um, I kind of like this thing even here, even though it's kind of a little mistake. I like that. I don't know why. Makes it look like it's a robot. It's a robot rose. We should spell it out. R-O. I wonder if that's going to get clipped. The condom part. That's what they need to name some condoms, Rose. Condoms that smell like rose. Oh, that sounds gross. Condoms that smell like roses. That's kind of gross. Who sniffs condoms? The cult of we. R-O-S-E, rose. Let's put a thing on here for rosé. Rosé. That's the thing I hate about okay, I said this, I wrote this the other day, and I think it just goes missed most of the time. So the word rose. Okay, so for example, I mean, we're just in this time frame of wordplay and like an overusage of, yeah, well, the court says, I've said the court system has been weaponized, but for example, when you're a self-represented person in court, you're a prose. It's called a P-R-O, and then there's a space, S-E. But the funny part is rose is in the middle of prose. And then your Prosecutor, a rose prosecutor. So you've heard what? Well, there is edible female panties. Oh, good grief. Is this Chat GPT wants to talk about edible panties now? Do you remember Spencer's Gifts? Anyone remember Spencer's Gifts? Maybe I need to come on at night. Gosh, I need to sleep later in the morning or take a nap and then come on late at night and talk about naughty stuff. Yeah, I mean, not overly naughty, but you know. Oh goodness, yes, there is edible panties. Candy panties is what they are. They've been around for a long time. I've never actually seen them before my own self, but I've seen people talk about them, and I know they used to sell them in the place called, it was Spencer, I think it was called Spencer's Gift Store. I know where I grew up in the Midwest, they had a Spencer's Gifts, and that came in. I'm trying to think, when I was a kid, did I go into Spencer's Gifts? If I did, or did that become more adult later on? I'm thinking it became more of an adult store later on after I got older, after I was 18. And then they popped up around the country. And then they started doing the thing where they had darkening of the windows from the outside, and then they had kind of an ambiance inside of the store, so it was, well, after dark, I mean, it was kind of dark inside of the store, and they had like the dark lights, the lights where if you sprayed luminol inside of the store, you'd probably see a crime scene inside of the store. That's you've never been there, but yeah, you've heard there was some 18 stuff in the back. No, this was in the front. Oh, they might have had, oh, you're right. They might have had some other stuff in the back I never thought about asking about. Um, well, the stores, where I grew up at in the Midwest, we had things, a lot of things that actually we were told was against federal law, but apparently it wasn't, because it seemed like everybody and their brother had it. And so, sometimes I question things related to laws. And, there's, to me, it's kind of a cognitive dissonance. It's like, well, how is it you can you can criminalize this for some people and you're not criminalizing it for everybody? Yes, Jesus loves you, Victoria Pena. Right, free Palestine. I am not going to, hang on a minute. Okay, FREEPALESTINE. Free. Oh, I made a mistake. My R didn't work. Fee Palestine. I don't even know why we're having the thing about Palestine, because I think it's nonsense. I mean, all this Middle East stuff is nonsense. Now, I know that our leaders have whatever it is that they do, and they've been doing it forever. And so I can't change Washington, D.C. by myself. And, this current president has made it more idiotic than ever. Yeah, Jesus, well, I learned that Jesus was Jewish, but now we have to do, Jesus is really in all religions. So, I mean, because it all means the same thing. And, I'm really surprised. A lot of countries have changed very quickly related to what they believe. It's kind of interesting to think about it. What I'm noticing is a lot of countries around the world are recognizing that the deity they believe in, or the whatever they believe in, is pretty much the same thing. So like Muslim people are admitting that Allah and God is pretty much the same thing, so, and then they're realizing, well, gosh, there's a lot of God things that are really similar, and the things that are written in the Bible are, oh, you don't understand English. You didn't understand what I said because you don't understand English. You was just going to subscribe to your channel, but you don't seem to support the issues of children. What do you mean children being killed for what? Are you talking about abortion? Is that what you're talking about, is like pro-life and pro-choice? Or, I mean, I don't know what's going, I mean, because the thing is, it's like, I don't know what's going on in the Middle East, or, well, that's what you used. Are you talking about, because I'm concerned about people being killed in general. Search about Gaza. Well, I mean, we've got people in the United States who are concerned about, why are children in the middle? I mean, because we've got every country around the world has the same issues going on. I mean, there's children in the United States who have been harmed. And so I don't know. I mean, the thing is I have no control over any of it. And so I don't know what to do with that. We just have to pass it off to God. We have to, just like the pastor said earlier, we have to pass it off to God because this is out of my control. This isn't something that I can do anything about. I can't even help myself, so I can't even, I just have to say, love you, God, and you deal with it. God has to fix it. And so there's nothing I can do because we have the same problem in the United States. What do I think about Saudi Arabia? Actually, I don't have any problems with Saudi Arabia. I think us and the United States and Saudi Arabia have a good relationship. The last I knew, I thought we did. And I think they have a king, though. Don't they have a king? And, our country has always gotten along with Saudi Arabia. I mean, I know there's some oil relations that take place in Saudi Arabia. And that's the same thing with Israel. A prince. Oh my gosh, a prince. I know. I don't know who the prince is, but some of those men from Saudi Arabia, my goodness, they are good looking. I mean, there was a time someone told me, they said, you know what, they were telling me the handmade stuff I made, that people in Kuwait are so rich and wealthy that they would buy it, which I always thought was funny. But they said Kuwait has a lot of money because it's an oil-rich country. And gays, I don't understand what she said. I'm going to be straight up with you. This is my live stream. I don't like gay people at all. I do not like gay people. Gay people are assholes. Maraba. Or is it Maraba? Do I need to speak like I have something stuck in my throat or roll my tongue? No? Neither one of them? Maraba. Is it Maraba or Raba? I've never really spoken Arabic before. Try to say Alon. It just sounds like Alon. Like Elon or Elon, Alon, like Alon. That's Arabic? The H, like you try a cold drink, like Alon. Or is it Halon? Like I'm breathy, taking a breath, like Halon. I have no idea what I'm saying. Means hello. Oh, interesting. I never knew that. Halon. I always thought Arabic was hard to say or hard to speak. I know there was back in the 1980s. There was There was people who were saying that the Defense Language Institute wanted everyone to learn Arabic. And a lot of people didn't want to learn Arabic because of the fact they said it was hard. And they didn't want to learn it, but that's what the Department of Defense was doing at the time, was Arabic, because they said that the next wars were going to be in the Middle East, and that turned out to be true. Well, actually, we were always in the Middle East even back then, which was so strange. It's like, well, yeah, you call it. It was just different parts of the Middle East. It wasn't like the same part of the Middle East. It was a different part of the Middle East. Um, oh, thank you. You love my art. Thank you so much. Hold on. Alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam backwards is malls. Malaikum, salam alaikum. I just run the word together and say salam alaikum. Malaikum, I'll put the M and the malaikum together. Salam alaikum. I'll run it together as one word. Sla malaikum. I like the word malaikum. Malykm. Malaikum. Salam alaikum. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Yeah. What does it mean? I used to have Google Translate at one time in my YouTube, and I don't anymore. They used to give it to me and then they take it away. In our live streams and in our comments. I could use one of those web page ones, extensions. Oh, peace be upon you. Well, it doesn't seem like, maybe I should get married to a Saudi Arabian prince. Not a prince. I want a king. I need a king, not a prince. But no, I don't want to end up like Princess Diana, though. Actually, unfortunately, I'm closer to that than, yeah, unfortunately. I came close to that. To Princess Diana, unfortunately. I know, poor Diana. She never got to see. Well, one of the things that they didn't like, her sons didn't like, was the fact of you do have a princess in Saudi Arabia. I know one of the things, you guys don't get chased around by the paparazzi though, like in America and in the United Kingdom, because I know one of the things that her sons didn't like after that was the media. And so the media, apparently American media, has gotten worse than the United Kingdom. But I know one of the things they said back then was that her sons didn't like the media because they were always chased around by the paparazzi wanting to take pictures, and so they were selling pictures of their kids so they could control what went out, and so they felt like that was the only way they could deal with the public, was by selling pictures. Maybe we should do this. We'll make it look like Noah's Ark or something like that. We should draw a big iceberg. We need to draw a big iceberg over here. A big... Oh, nice. Um, for the Titanic. I think Bing had a thing of it looked like for the Titanic. Is it Amira Al Tawil? I have no idea. Amira Al Tawil. Al Tawil. Alta. Amira. That's a pretty name, Amira. What was it? Oh, there was a question that was posed about we have a loot Amarat. Amaret? Is it Amarat or Amaret? Merit is in the word Amaret. Amerat. MER Merit and Merit Amira meaning princess. Oh. You know, the thing I always thought about with what was that show? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the show. It was like I can show you the world. What was the name of that show with was it Jasmine? Princess Jasmine and it always reminded me of a Saudi Arabian princess. That movie did. I can show you the world. Shiny, shimmering. I don't remember. Yeah, Aladdin. That's it. Aladdin. Oh, gosh. Well, the thing that I think is great, though, about it is that the rest of the world is learning that, you know, us people in the United States are not a bunch of flaming idiots who don't know what goes on in other countries. It's, you know, because I started feeling like that for a bit. It's like, you know, we know all of this stuff exists in other countries. I mean, but people seem to think that we just fell on our heads out of a cave or something, or we just rolled out from under a rock. Do I know about Islam? Um, Islam, I make comparisons. Islam is a religion just like Christianity is a religion. I've heard about it. And Islam and Muslim are religions, correct? That's my understanding, is that Islam and Muslim are religions. They're not a people, they're not a culture, they're a religion, they're a way of life. And so there's a lot of religions. Now, Islam has Sharia law in it. I don't approve of Sharia law. So there's a lot of religion, that which comes into the United States that comes from Islam. Islam and the Muslim religions. And there's a lot of things that I don't approve of that comes out of that, and it is in the Christian Bible. I don't see it any other way. There's a whole slew of people who disagree with me. There's a lot of men who are old, who are my age. Islam is different because it means peace, and it's very simple. It only requires faith, and everything is logical, so your life will become beautiful. Well, that's the same premise that Christianity says too. But there's a lot of men on YouTube, and the things that they say in the name of Islam, in the name of Yahweh, in the name of Christianity, the things they do actually aligns more with the actions of what comes out of the religion. And they're acting a fool. These people are acting a big fool. So it's not just in the Middle East, it's in the United States too, and they're a bunch of flaming lunatics. And so they are, what they're saying is that they can do this stuff in the name of religion. And it's very disturbing because they feel like they can treat women really poorly. That's how they believe. And it's sad and it's sick. They have a problem. They have a big problem. They have a great big problem. They're going to treat women like that. Islam is more logical, and there is one God. I don't think any of them are logical, actually. I really don't. There's nothing logical about religion other than it being illogical. It's illogical. Now, there is some things in there that display geography and history. I will give religion that. There is science in the Bible. So I right now I find myself separating myself from religion and looking at the Bible more as a science type of a book. When I look at the Bible as a scientific book and as a journal of someone's family from 3,000 years ago, I find it more palatable for me to digest. But the way it is, the way others present it to me, I can't deal with it. I just can't. I can't. You have cousins who are Pakistani. She mentioned once if the wife is not faithful to her husband, the wife gets stoned. That can also happen to men or the convicted by law. I think that Sharia law is horrible, though, because the thing is, it's like, it's one person's word against another person's word. And, it's eye for an eye. And I think it's terrible. I've never heard of men actually getting stoned for being unfaithful to their husband. Now, in America, being faithful to one human being related to marriage, these men are lying. Even these men who are on here on YouTube, and they're saying they want a woman to be faithful to them and to, that they're just going to go get some 22-year-old in a foreign country. I say more power to them. You go have your 22-year-old woman. There's plenty of other men in the United States, and if I'm never meant to be with another man again in my life, I am fine. I can live with that. I've accepted that. I'm at peace with that. Actually, I was at peace with that in my marriage. In my second marriage, I was at peace with that because I thought, if this is what marriage is, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. I can't. Marriage is an institution that comes out of religion. And if this is how women are going to be treated, I can't be a part of it. I can't be a part of relationships like that. Thoughts on the 90-Day Fiance from the TLC show, the TV show. I really haven't watched it that much. I think I've watched it a little bit. I know I watched one of those shows, I think, where they got married after 24 hours or something like that. I think it's crazy. You would have to adapt and learn the other person's ways. Well, I actually thought that by living with someone, I've always been willing to adapt to another person's ways. I'm just not going to do it with religion. Religion for me right now, I just feel like there's things I want to say, but I'm not going to. because I was just going to be facetious. Um, I couldn't adapt a religion. I just can't do that. I can't adapt a religion. I mean, we've been just taught to lie all over the place. Religion is a big fat lie. I see hear pastors lying on YouTube every day. I can sniff them out like crazy. Islam comes from the heart, and we believe that God has written for a person that he will enter Islam. And I hope you enter Islam, and it is enough that I told you about it, and I hope that you. I'm not going. No, I'm not going to be participating in any Islam. I will read things about. I will read things, but that doesn't mean I'm participating in it. Um, I would actually even if I had the opportunity, I would actually visit a if I would be permitted, I would visit a Muslim church. I don't even know if we have them in the United States. Do we even have Muslim churches in the United States? I know I know the United States protects Jewish synagogues as though they're the only place that it gets attacked in the world, in the United States. I don't even know if we allow Muslim temples in the United States. I think we do. I know that this was a topic of discussion recently, and they said that the public schools actually permits prayer rugs and things of rituals and symbolism inside the United States public school system. So the United States is more accepting of Muslim people and Islam, and it's like I'm fine with people believing what they want to believe. That's their choice. Just don't force me into it. That's what I say. Don't force me into it because I know with Christianity, I've had enough Christianity. So we have 2 or 3 gathering locations down here in the Valley of South Texas, 956. Oh, is that the area code? I don't understand if you want to say yes. Um, if I want to say yes to what? Um, this is what I have to think though too. So a person who is involved for you, till you, about Islam. Um, a person would have to adapt not only to Islam, they would also have to adapt to a culture. Oh, you're 18. Oh my goodness. You're 18. I am entirely too old for um yeah. I mean, that's not something I'm going to be partaking in. Um, but I don't object to. Well, maybe you and Victoria would be a good match for each other. Quite possibly. Maybe, maybe that's the two of you would work out together. Possibly. But for me, I don't know. My days might be over as far as relationships go. And I am so pissed off at attorneys right now. I hate them. The good person, she needs to know about everything and take the right steps. What good person? There's no good people right now that I can even think of. Absolutely none. None. None whatsoever. I have given up on what good is. Good is. I know Christians used to like to pride themselves in calling themselves a good Christian person. That was in the Wizard of Oz, too. This could be hieroglyphs, I suppose. It could be. Let's draw a crack in the iceberg. Like that. We'll make kind of a little ledge right here like that. And we'll make a little reflection and the ship is sinking. Let's draw some smoke going up here like this. No, you can't see my dog. My dog is taking a nap. My dog is actually a Saint Bernard. My dog is larger than I am. It's a Saint Bernard. I wish just search about Islam and the Quran. I have searched about it. You know, sometimes I used to kind of think that maybe we were censored from looking for that stuff, but as time has passed, I mean, my goodness, here in the United States, we actually have a woman who is Muslim in our Congress, and they said that they allow her to be there. Victoria Pena says, my mom loves that bread just to sleep and cuddle with one since they are big and fluffy. Okay, bye. I love talking with you and I don't understand because my English is bad. Oh, okay. That's fine. Your English is bad. Let's make this a sun. Sunshine on my shoulders. Not sure what we're making here. Well, it's kind of pretty. It's like we've kind of made a flower into a flower. We've got a couple of types of flowers going on here, which is sort of cool. So maybe we should draw a door right here. We should draw a floating door. Let's see. We draw a floating door. Oh, it looks like it has a cross on it. Should we draw a doorknob right there? Yeah, we'll draw a doorknob right there. The Saint Bernard. Now, how come God did not help and save the Titanic? God should. And Jack and Rose at the edge of the ship holding each other. I know. That was the best part of the whole show was Jack and... Well, no, that wasn't the best... That was not... You know what my favorite part of the show? Take a guess at what my favorite part of the show was in the Titanic. I don't know if you can or not. And I did not like Who was that guy? Her husband? What was his name? Calvin? Or what the hell was his name? He was so mean. The guy that she was supposed to get married to. He hit her. But my favorite, there was one part that was my favorite scene of the show. Actually, there was two. Two of them I liked really well. Well, you know what? Now that I see the double twisted border, looks like the crown of thorns. Oh, yeah. It does look like the crown of thorns. But my favorite, yeah, I don't know how I could draw her on here. We could like draw, let's see here, if we can draw Jack's head. See, we can draw his head right there. Oh, his hair didn't look that bad. And he's holding on, and let's see if we can draw Rose up here on the door. Okay, so she had on like a dress, and she's laying down on there like that. And there's her hand and his hand. They're holding hands right there. And his arm is right there. And he's got some feet there. And her feet are right there. Let's see, does that look like? Yeah. They're little stick figures. He hasn't died yet. The mid-upper class who was nice to Jack and gave him advice. Victoria Pena says, I love that older lady who was in the mid. What do you mean in the mid? In the mid of what? In the movie? Was there... Oh, I know what lady you're talking about. Yeah, she was Molly Brown. Wasn't that Molly Brown? Unsinkable, the one they called Unsinkable Molly Brown. And Molly Brown, I think she was funny. She's the one who gave him the suit. She gave Jack his suit to go into the yeah, to go into the well, when Rose's fiance, what was his name? Was it Cal? What the heck was his name? But Molly Brown gave Jack the suit because he said he didn't have anything to wear. And so she said she had a son that was about his size. But the funny part is Rose and her mom were broke. They were left with no money. So they were actually peasants. Their own self. And so they were pretending. But that's why Rose's mom, I don't know if her mom survived. You know, come to think of it, at the end of the show, yeah, I don't know what happened to her mom. Because I think her mom got put on one of the lifeboats. Now I never knew what happened to her mom, though. I guess I just never thought about that till now. I remember Rose being on the lifeboat, or getting off on the rescue ship, and then she saw her fiance, and then she covered herself up so that he couldn't see her because he was mean. I didn't like him. And so they said that all those people who were they stole money from everybody. They were on Wall Street, and they all went down with the ship. And here in the United States, we have a lot of references to the Titanic. A lot. The politicians reference the Titanic a lot. You're waiting for the second? Oh my gosh, what do you mean the second Titanic? I mean, we have had so many Titanic movies. It's like we've had like hundreds and hundreds of movies of the Titanic, I think, over the decades. You mean oh, you mean the one that they're supposed to be building? I don't think they're going to build it. I know they were talking about it, or it was a joke. I kind of think it was a joke. It had to be a joke. Wasn't there a sister ship? It was called the Britannica, or was that a sister cruise line called the Britannica, or was that Encyclopedia Encyclopedia Britannica? I don't know. Oh goodness. ChatGPT is so smart, and I can't believe they deployed ChatGPT onto YouTube. Um, I'm still trying to figure out how Jack plays a. I don't know. I guess it's just pop culture. I think that's what it is. The pop culture. And that's so weird, though, to have met someone in real life. Twice. A Jack. Other than that, I've never really known any guy named Jack. It's just by happenstance. Now, the second one pisses me off, though. Oh, yeah, I ate something earlier. Um, what time did I eat? What did I eat? What in the world did I eat? I don't remember now. Yeah, I did. I did eat. I just opened up a can of something. That's nothing that great. I miss cooking. I miss cooking real food and eating real food that I like. You know, like fruits and things that are healthier for me. But that's one thing I've learned though is that under certain conditions that fruits can become a well, even mold. Mold can become food poisoning for your stomach. don't know. Sometimes I do feel like Rose in the movie. Because she was pissed at Jack, but at the same time she liked him, and that's hard. That's hard when there was someone that you liked, and that they did something, and then now you're pissed at them, and it's like, why did they do that? And you never got any answers out of them. It's a trust. Like the trust you put in them was betrayed. You know what else this needs too? uh, let's do this in the background. Okay, we're going to start it right here. I don't know if this will... It's going to be a good enough depiction. But we're going to do this. We're going to stick this in here too. These all have to go into one image. Ever thought about investing in an air fryer? They sell them at Walmart for 30 to 40. The brand is called Beautiful. No, I've never heard about a brand. Well, I don't know what an air fryer would do because I don't have access to or enough room for real food. I haven't been into Walmart probably in over a year. Oh, if I ever get a permanent place to live. Maybe I'll start going back into Walmart again, but Walmart's had a lot of fights and stuff and a lot of discourse in the store, and I don't want to be around that. I just borrowed your channel. You knit and play video games. Oh, browsed. I read that wrong. I thought it said borrowed, browsed. Yeah, I do. Um, yeah. There's a lot of things I do. There's a lot of things I do on my channel. Am I going to add color? I thought about adding color. This one I think I'm going to leave the hieroglyphics on the back side. I thought about maybe just adding color. Yeah, I could add some color. I've got, let's see here. Let's see what I got. I should go to bed. But I've stayed up this late. What time is it? It's going to be 2 o'clock soon. They just keep playing cops all night. That's what it looks like. They're just playing cops all night long on Fox. They just have cops. I don't know what color I should add. I thought about it. How about, since church likes purple so much, I know they do, they use purple a lot. Let's just add purple color in here like this. I'm going to add it in kind of lightly because I don't want to cover up my, lettering too much. That looks almost a little bit pink, but that'll work. This color works. Okay, how about we do this? We'll just... Oh, thank you, Victoria Pena. Maybe I should make the heart. How about we make it pink? Oh, no, how about we make it, we'll make it a heavier color, like this. Okay, usually I use the other one. Let's use this ink pen. I feel like it needs, I need to get my ink pen to work in here. Okay. I actually like the felt tip pen better. There, now we can see it a tiny bit better. A little tiny. Oh, I just thought of something. I know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to add some little splotches of blue in here. There, I like that. I might add some more in the future. Should we take a look at, maybe we should take a look at some of my drawing, some of my other ones that I've done recently. I did another one earlier. I've got a lot. I can't believe I have that many, but I do. Oh, wait, some of these aren't even done. Oh. We'll keep that one. Well, it's really not naughty, though. I could show it, but it might be considered too naughty. Oh, no, maybe I shouldn't show any of them then. Maybe tomorrow I'll show my drawings. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do it tomorrow. So I think I'm going to be done for right now. So thanks for watching and spending some time with me. And I'll see you. I keep saying tomorrow, but it is going to be, it's already tomorrow, later on today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you.